What's up, guys? This is Team Wagy, and today I'm going to be showing you my new bass boat. So I actually tried to make a video about 2 weeks ago when I actually first bought the boat. Tried to get a good baseline of where the boat was at. My phone, however, it has like this 10-minute like recording stop on certain settings. I didn't realize that, so I lost a lot of the footage from that video. So I'm just going to redo it now. And instead of showing you what it was like then, I'm going to show you what I still have to do to it and what I have done. Before we get started, I'm going to let you know, guys, that I paid $1,300 for this boat, and for the record, it is a 1988 Skeeter SD-80 with a 70-horse Evinrude, same model year. Alright, guys, so let's just get right into it. Don't mind the few little tools and stuff I have up here. I've been working on this boat a lot. Like I said, it's a Skeeter SD-80, and I figure the best way to start would be start at the front and go to the back. And to begin, I'm going to start off by talking about the trailer, because that's one of the first places I started working on when I first got the boat. So as you can see, I put a new winch on. This is just one from Academy. I believe the brand is Marine Raider. It was pretty cheap. I didn't want something that was like, you know, it looked really like junk, but this one seemed pretty good. It's actually got a pretty decent looking handle on it, so it's alright. It's going to work for now. If it breaks, then I'll buy a higher quality one later down the road, but I think it's going to work just fine. The plate it's on, I actually painted just this top plate. The trailer does have rust on it, and more than you can actually see here under the axle and stuff. But I wanted to paint this because it makes it look just a little bit nice, and I didn't want to bolt something brand new to a rusty old panel. Secondly, what I did is I completely redid the trailer lights. So, let's go down here. As you can see, that light is new, and then that light, there's a light under that roller there, and then another light and license plate light over there. And I redid all of that plus the trailer wiring. I figured the old stuff, it didn't work. It was really janky. I actually had to tow it home without hooking it up, so that was not very easy to do. So I put on all new trailer wiring, trailer lights. Again, I got all that from Academy. Although the lights, I believe they're Optronics lights, and all LED. I don't want to deal with replacing bulbs. I hope I never have to. Obviously, these lights are waterproof, so I'm hoping that I did this once, and now we're done with it. Along with that, the kit came with wiring, and typically you're supposed to have the wire come out of this hole, and it's the really ugly looking. Here, I have a example up here. It looks like this, and I just think that is the ugliest thing ever. Plus, if I want to step on top of that, then you're stepping on your wires. So I actually bought this, and this is made by Reese Tow Power, and it's just a nice little plug, and it obviously stretches, and it makes it look a lot better. And the other plug has kind of where these are, it has holes, so I just bolted it up to the frame of the trailer. I haven't messed with the jack at all. It works pretty good. I'm going to replace the little, I forget what they call these. It's like a little hat clip or something. I don't know, hat cap. And there's a washer here. I might do a different handle too, I don't know. But the jack, it works awesome. I'll actually lower it down a little bit. It's a little high right now. And as you can see, works awesome. Secondly, or I guess not secondly, well, I'm just gonna, in addition to, this boat had these end rubber pieces, but not the actual roller. Well, I guess it's not a roller because it doesn't spin, but it didn't have this 3-inch piece, so I bought that and just installed it. All of the rollers are getting redone on this trailer. I did that one and the one all the way in the back, but I haven't done the two in the middle quite yet. So things that need to get done on the trailer, I would like to paint the wheels black. I don't know when I'll get to that. That's kind of a later date thing. And then the trailer bunk's definitely going to need new carpet, because if you look underneath, it has some like blue carpet going on, no carpet, in some areas. It's just kind of really done weird. When I launch the boat, I'm gonna just staple all the carpet temporarily until I can get new carpet, which I don't know when that will be. I'm kind of broke right now, living here, going to college and everything. Tend to get no money sometimes. Anyways, now we'll go to the front of the boat because that's all I've done to the trailer so far. The tires are in pretty decent shape. I just aired them up. Now we'll start off with the boat. So the trolling motor, it's a Minn Kota all-terrain 40-pound thrust, and it wasn't working, or it didn't seem to work when I first got it, but now, obviously, as you can see, it works, and it works in all speeds. The plug here, it's going to have to be replaced, or I'm probably not going to even charge my batteries from up here. I'm probably going to use my dad's charger that just has alligator clips to the terminals. So I'm probably just going to get a, I believe they call it a clamshell, like wiring cover, and just run the wire straight in. The pedal needs to be mounted down. It's just loose right now, but I'm going to center it and bolt it in. The front light up here, the housing was broken. This whole thing was broken, so that's made by Perco. I'm going to get a new one of those, so then that light will sit right there and work. Here's the front deck. The carpet, it's I believe it's original to the boat. It's not in the best shape. As you can see, it's kind of torn up in some places. There's not even any carpet on that rod locker. But I'm going to keep it for now because I'd rather spend money on something like graphs, which obviously, if you look, this boat does not have any graphs. And I'd rather buy some graphs than replace the carpet. So this front compartment is a live well. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit. I'm going to clean it after I make sure it works and everything once I get on the water. But this is the front live well. And also on the trolling motor, something I didn't mention is the old cord that was on here. It was this right here. And this was obviously some makeshift thing someone did. So I got rid of that, and I was originally just going to match up some cord to what Minn Kota's usually use, the black paracord. But instead, I went to a hardware store and I couldn't find that. But I found this, which is galvanized. It's not called wire. I forget what it's called. Cable. I don't know. But it's kind of like a red one, which, as you can see, my dad's awesome boat. He has a red one. I was thinking, I'm not going to spend that much money on it. So I went to the hardware store and I made this for $4. So, as you can see, it's that wire. It's got these two crimps. Runs in, pulls up, and it's kind of hard to do this with one hand out of the boat. But as you can see, it comes up. The main reason it's so hard is because this rubber piece here is so tight. Anyways, it works. As you can see, I'll pull it right here. It works. And I'm actually pretty happy with myself with that because, like I said, $4. And the only thing that'll ever break on it is that plastic handle. So I guess we'll just go down this side of the boat since I switched. This is going to be the rod locker. And as you can see, it's not that much space. This boat is a 16-foot boat. And somehow I can fit an 8-foot rod in this rod locker, which usually small boats you can't fit anything above like a 7'6". So that was kind of shocking. I have a bunch of rod sleeves in here, and that definitely helps get rods in here. I haven't tried to stuff it with as much rods as I can, but I've had like 6 in here and it wasn't even halfway full. So I expect to get at least 10 in here, which I have a total of 15 rods, combos. So I'm going to be able to pretty much fish what I want. And obviously no carpet. I'm not going to carpet it right now until I do carpet everywhere on the boat. Now we'll come down here. And under these seats are actually compartments. These seats came with the boat, but they're also from Academy, I found out. And as you can see, flips up right here. This whole boat was extremely filthy, by the way, when I first got it. So I've been cleaning it slowly but surely. These hinges, okay, let me show you here so you can get a good view. I modified them because before they only had 3 screws holding it onto the fiberglass. This one right here, this one, and this one. So on both compartments, I made it to where there's 7 holding each lid on. And now it is like solid, not going to go anywhere. I actually have to add more to that one because it's a little shaky. So I don't know why Skeeter would make a boat and only have 3 screws in there. If that's even factory the way it came, I don't know. Because obviously it's an old boat. Things could have changed from when they made it to now, to when I have it. Also, whoever drilled some of these holes, I don't know what they did on this compartment. I think they were trying to maybe like break an old stud off with a hammer or something. I don't know. But I also had to drill new holes because none of these two actually made this line up to where this is actually close to the back. Because these seats, they have a lot of flex back. These little diamond plate look rubber pads, they actually come from Harbor Freight. So I bought 2 and I put them on the other side. I think it makes it look a little bit better. So now we are back here to obviously the rear of the boat. That's my seat pedestal and seat. That didn't come with the boat. My dad actually found this at a flea market for $5, the seat and the base. And then I went to Academy and bought the pole. So that helped me out a lot on cost right now. This whole lid assembly here, the aluminum there and these 2 lids, they all come out. So right now it's actually not bolted in because I've been doing work on it. And if you look under here, we have a 6-gallon gas tank, which I don't know if that's going to be enough right now, but that's what came with the boat, so I'm rolling with it. I mounted it in there with a new mounting kit. And then on the other side, I'll show you the battery and stuff. But that's that lid. Here's the motor. It's a 70 horse Evinrude. It needs the trim and tilt motor replaced. And it needs the trim sending unit, I believe it's called, replaced. And then the motor needs to be adjusted before I go out and really run it because they had some goofy stuff going on with how the carbs were set up and running, so I just want to get that squared away. But the motor does run. The trim is the reason why I haven't actually had it out in the water yet. And now we're going to go to the other side because I couldn't really walk around back there. And we'll get to the console. So here, obviously the console, I have my charger here. That gauge is going to be your RPM. This gauge, I believe that's your trim gauge, but honestly I have no clue. Steering wheel, I actually painted black. I didn't paint the Skeeter cap because I didn't want to risk messing up that. But I painted the steering wheel and then this collar right here. And the steering wheel was rusty before, so I really wanted to get that painted, just to clean up the look a little bit. Nothing I can really show you under here. That's where I decided I'm going to keep my fire extinguisher. I can tuck it back there and pretty much have it hidden, but still good access to grab. Kill switch. I want to show you guys this. I actually had this from a previous tournament. They're like giving them away, you know. Sometimes if you go to tournaments, especially bigger tournaments, companies will have booths set up giving away product. And I had that from a long time ago, so I decided to put it on. This seat, same thing. It's going to be just an empty old compartment. And I did the same thing with the hinges there. Now, this compartment, this is going to be the side with the batteries. I only have 1 battery in here right now. Before I go out and run the boat, I'm going to have another battery in here for the trolling motor. This I'm going to use as the starting battery. The trolling motor battery I'm going to be getting, I believe, is an X-Side 30. It's a Group 31 battery. I only want to get 1 because it's a 12-volt motor. So I'm going to get the biggest 12-volt battery I can get, instead of getting 2 smaller batteries and running them parallel. I'm going to probably replace the trolling motor wiring going from the motor to the boat because it's not long enough. I want it to wrap all the way around here. go under and then go to the battery, which is ultimately going to be way back there. This boat needs a bilge pump, which I'm going to be buying one pretty soon. The live well pumps run. I'll actually show you this switch right here. So those run. I don't want to run them too much when obviously there's no water for it to suck up. The prop isn't on the boat right now. It's a Michigan prop right here, and it's got some damage here, so I'm not sure if it's safe to run. I think you'd be pretty okay because not too much is missing, but I'm going to get this one repaired before I go out, which this one's a 21 pitch, and I'm actually going to be buying a 17 or 19 pitch to run because I want to see what my top speed can be when I have it fully loaded. So this center compartment here is going to be another live well, or I think sometimes Skeeter calls it a bait tank, I don't know, but it needs to be cleaned. But this is, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I kind of want to use this one as a cooler. If I use it as a live well, then I'm just going to bring a cooler with me when I go fishing. But I think it'd be nice to use it as a cooler and then use that front one just for dry storage. But like I said, I haven't really figured that out quite yet. I haven't even had the boat on the water, so yeah. The top, the gel coat, completely faded on the top. But if you look on the side, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's really shiny and nice. Obviously, I wish the whole boat was like that, but take what you can get for 1,300 bucks. So that's pretty much it. There's not really much else to mention. If you want me to make any further in-depth videos on this, I will. Now that I have this boat, once it's ready to go, which should be in about a month, I'd say, because of funds, I'm going to be going out making a lot of fishing videos, hopefully, making content for you guys. So if you have any ideas of videos you want me to make, let me know. If this video was boring, give it a dislike. If it was awesome, give it a like. It probably sounded pretty boring, just me talking about everything, but if you liked it, please hit the like button so I know that this is something you'd like to see in the future. Thanks for watching, and remember, no incentive is easy. Thanks, guys.